Hello and welcome back. This is Sandeep from Tutorial Brain, and in this video lesson we will continue further on understanding how Emmet works on CSS file. Before we get started, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell icon. Now we have already seen how Emmet can be very useful in HTML, right? So let's do one thing. Let's create a CSS file and we will do some changes on that using Emmet. So I have this simple document that is an HTML document, and what I'll do is, see, I have created this style.css and I have already linked in this particular HTML file, right? Now let's do one thing. First of all, what I'll do is I'll just create an h3 tag, right? And let me just type something, for example, Emmet demo for CSS, and let me just give tab. So it has created this particular h3 tag. Now what I'll do is, let's create two div. So what I'll do, I'll just give div dot, let's create a div with the name as default. So the name of this particular div is default, and I just want to add some lorem ipsum here. So I'll just give lorem and let me just give tab, and at the end again I'll just give tab here. So this is the div which is created, right? And let me just add another div here. So I'll just say like div dot, say I'll just add something like div2. Let's give any name, and I'll just add some lorem ipsum. So once I give tab, it has generated this random text, and again once I go to the end, I'll just give tab again, and it has created two divs. Now let us style these two divs. Okay, so one is default and other one is div2, right? So what I'll do is I'll just give here dot default, and this is my first div, that is default, and the other div was div2, right? So this is my another div, right? Now let's do one thing. At this moment, first let me just save this and let me just check how this looks like. Okay, so you see that this is my heading and this is the first div and this is the second div. Now just to separate these two divs, or just to show it properly, what I'll do is I'll just add background color. Now you notice here how beautiful this particular Emmet extension will work. So if I just give here bg and if I just give tab, automatically it has given me this particular syntax. Okay, let me add some color. For example, let's say I'll just give here blue, and here this time what I'll do is, instead of b, I'll just give bg plus. Okay, if I just give bg plus, you see that it has given me the background with this particular property, right? So if I just save it and if I just see the output here, you see here, and let me just do one thing. I'll just change it to say aqua, and let me just save it and let me just check the output, right? So basically what happens is that Emmet extension works on a fuzzy search. So when I say fuzzy search, it means like it will just try to match the nearest property. For example, if I just write here, say if I just come here and if I just write, say here, for example, pause, right? Or let me just write p, and if I just give tab, you see that the nearest it could think of is padding, so it has just given padding, right? Similarly, if I just give po and if I just press tab, it will give position colon relative. Similarly, if you just give here pause and then tab, it will again give position is relative, right? So in this way, what you can do is, you don't have to remember the exact abbreviation. Okay, since it is based on fuzzy search, so you have to keep on trying, and when you start using this fuzzy search feature of this Emmet on CSS, you will be used to it, right? So it will come automatically once you start doing practice. Now what I'll do is, say here, if I just want to add some margin, for example, so I don't have to type here margin. Okay, what I'll do is, instead I'll just give m, and then if I just give tab, you see that automatically it gives me margin. And say if I just say like 5 pixel, and if I just save this, you can see in the output it has added some margin right here at the top. And let me do one thing. if you just want to add some margin at the top or the bottom or left or right, for example, if you just want to add something in bottom, say if you just want to add margin in the bottom only, so you can just say here that margin bottom, that is MB, and let's press tab, and you see that it has automatically given this particular code, right? So let's say 10 pixel, and if I just come here, you see that at bottom we have more margin, right? Similarly, if I just say ML, that is margin left, if I just give tab, you see that this code is generated, that is margin left, and let's add something like 15 pixel. Okay, and this way you can just try some combination. Now let's try to add some padding. So if I just say, for example, P, if I just give tab, it gives me padding. Now if I just say padding bottom, so if I just give PB and press tab, you see that automatically it gives me padding bottom, right? So let me just add something like 5 pixel. Okay, and if I just come here, you see that I have added some padding here, right? So this padding is added at the bottom. This is 5 pixel, right? So this is the 5 pixel I have added here. Okay, now in the same way you can also add width and height. So if I just add W, and you see that it has given me the width. So let's do one thing, I'll just say like width auto. So if I just give WA, you see that it has given me width equals auto, I mean width colon auto, right? So this is what I can see in the output. And say if I just add height also, say if I just give HA, press tab, it will just give the height colon auto as well, right? So this is how you will get the output also. Now let's try something different. Now this time for this particular div, I have not added any width or height. Now for this particular div, say if I just want to add some width or height property, so if I just say width, and if I just press tab, let me just give something like 200 pixel. Okay, and height H, and then let's say again 200 pixel. Okay, and just save it, and I'll just see how it will look like. So this is how it looks like now. Let me just decrease the height a little bit. So let me just say 100, and if I just see, you see that now few of the text has gone outside this boundary. Now let us do one thing, let's add something like overflow. Okay, so if I just say O, and if I just give tab, you see it creates outline. Now if I just give OV and give tab, you see it is giving overflow hidden. So if I just save it, you see that whatever extra texts are there, those are hidden. And say if I just give OV, and if I just give colon, let's say if I just want to create overflow scroll, so if I just give OV colon S, and if I just give tab, you see that automatically it gives OV colon scroll. Now say if I just give OV colon and then tab, you see that it is giving me hidden. So it all depends, and it will just give you the nearest possible search. Okay, so at this moment if I just give overflow colon scroll, so you see that now it has created this scroll, right? Similarly, you can also create, say for example OV, and if I just want to create a vertical scroll, I'll just give OVY colon S, and it will create overflow Y scroll. Now you see here that this is the vertical scroll and there is no horizontal scroll. So this is how you can just work with CSS. Now say if I just want to change the color, so I don't have to type color like this. So what I can do is I'll just give C and then tab, and automatically it has created this, that is color colon 000. So this is the default color, black color. And if I just want to change this to say gray, you can just do it, and you see that now it is gray. Similarly, you can add any other property. For example, you can add floating, or you can just add any other property like background, or you can add some line height. Okay, so if I just say for example if I wanted to add line height, so if I just give LH, or let me just give L first and press tab, you see that the nearest possible match for L is left, and if I just give LH and press tab, it has already given me line height equals this particular value. And if I just give some value, for example say 15 pixel, let me just save it. You see that now this is the particular line height I have. So this is how you can use Emmet, and it is very good. Believe me, if you start using Emmet, it will make you work so easy. So I have covered everything. So I'll upload the details about this video on our website, that is Tutorial Brain, and I'll just give the link below so you can just check there in case if you want to refer again. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next video lesson. Leave a comment below if you have any question. I will try to answer it. So thanks for watching it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Take care. Bye.